everybody, it's Christy back with another video, and I am here today to talk to you guys a little bit about the Paint With Me box from EmJxCraftamo. It has been a hot minute since we looked at this box, or we talked about this box, partially because I took a little break from YouTube, but also partially because I've just been doing it behind the scenes for me, not necessarily for the crowd. And I'm really loving it. So I just wanted to take a second and show you what we've been getting in the box, what paints we've gotten in the box. I did contact Craftamo about the paint pigments, and I got a really great answer from them. So when we get to that portion of the video, you can see what Craftamo said and more pigment information available there. But first, I just want to show you all of this awesome stuff that I now have from this box. The one thing I am going to add and not say it's not from the box is these are the original brushes that I got with Emma's original brush kit. And then there's a round 2 out there that I'm missing. But assuming that you started with this set, because I assume a lot of us probably did start with this set of brushes, I want to just go ahead and show you like what you would get including this, because there are no duplicates. So to this point, there have not been duplicates of the brushes from her original set, and I think that's kind of nice to know. So let's go through. We get a freebie every month, so I think the first month, I know it was the palette, and there might have been something else in there. I can't remember. It's been so long. There's a video on that one. The second month, we got a little roll of washi tape, and it is escaped my desk, but it had hearts on it, and it was super cute. And then last month, we also got washi tape. So this is a little bit thicker. It's more like masking tape, but it is good when you're doing landscapes to have something that's a little chunkier. So I appreciate 2 different rolls of tape because I would use those. One month, we got this little spray bottle, which was super cute. And I love having a spray bottle to spray down paints or to spray the page. Sometimes you want the whole page wet for a wet on wet technique. So these little spray bottles are awesome. One month, we got stickers. Again, I don't know where those stickers got to, but they were super cute, and they were Emma's artwork, which is amazing. One month, we got pencils, just 3 HB pencils that were pink and white. But again, a sketching pencil is always a great thing to have, and they didn't have to do that. I think the box was perfectly well-rounded without these extras, but I just wanted to point out how many cool extras we have gotten over the course of the box. One month, we got these fine liners. So 3 EmJxCraftamo fine liners in the sizes 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5, which I think is just, again, great. Another great supply for artwork. And last but not least, because it's super cute, we got this little brush case. I think this was either June or July. It was sometime in the summer. But it is just adorable, and it folds up, and I think you just stick the little string, beaded string through here in order to keep it from going anywhere. And it's just so cute. Now, we can't possibly fit all of the brushes in there, but it would be nice if you were just taking a few brushes to go and use in a travel case. So I just love that. And it is made with Emma's artwork, which just gorgeous, just beautiful. And it's a piece of art, and it's a nice add-on that we can use whenever we are painting in the wild. Of course, on top of all of those things, we get 2 brushes a month. We get 4 half pans a month. And I believe you can start buying those pieces on Craftamo's website. And I'm going to link the EmJxCraftamo page down here so that you can pick up any of this if you would like to. I know the subscription boxes are currently sold out, but I just wanted you to kind of see what was in there. And then on top of all this, they give you paper every month. There is a sketch usually that you can use to trace out something if you're not confident in drawing yourself. And you also get the tutorial. So Emma has a video tutorial for every single one of these projects. And like I said, I've been doing them and really enjoying them. Last but not least, I want to talk about the brushes. So again, if you got her original brush set, this was not included in the box, these were just her original 4 brushes. You got these guys plus a round 2. So a round 2, you got a round 6, a round 12, and a mop brush. And these are obviously well loved. My round 6 is super well loved. It is one of my favorite brushes and my go-tos. Along with this, in this set, we have gotten 3 additional round brushes so far. A round 4, a round 8, and a round 10. So that brings my total of round brushes to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12, which is great. And again, the 2 is somewhere on the desk, but I don't have it with me. We got a 3/4 inch flat brush. I believe this was in the January box. Again, super nice for details and things along, or not details, super nice for painting backgrounds. If you paint big, then that's one thing about this set of brushes. There is something for everybody, whether you paint big or paint small. We have gotten 2 angle brushes so far, a 6 and a 12. 4 filbert brushes so far, a 2, a 4, a 6, and a 10. So there's the filbert brushes. And I just really quickly wanted to show that the filbert and the mop are different, because that is kind of nice to see that this 3/4 mop is a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit longer than this filbert brush. It's a little bit shorter, so you'll have a little bit better control. It's a little bit flatter on top. But I just wanted to show that they are different, because that is something that I really like, the detail that she made sure that all of the brushes were different between her original set and then this subscription box. I think that's cool. We got 2 cat's tongue brushes thus far. We've gotten a 4 and a 6 cat's tongue. The cat's tongue shape is one of my favorite shapes, and I really, really enjoy playing with it and using it of all varieties, even before Emma did them, but hers are really nice. And then we have 4 dagger brushes, which I will admit I still struggle with the dagger brushes. They are not my favorite, but I know that a lot of people like them. If you ever watched Chrissy Rice, she swears by hers. And Emma's are very, very high quality. They're great. So we have a 2, a 4, a 6, and a 10 here in the dagger brushes. So when you put all that together, man, look at that value. And that's before I open this paint set, which already has 32 half pans in it. And it will eventually be all filled up and have 48. We are currently in August, so we are 2/3 of the way through the subscription here. And we have another 16 paints to go, and then we will have the full set. I have been leaving them in order, so this is January's for, February's for, March's for, April's for, etc. But I will eventually put them in a rainbow order, because that's how I like to work, just for the sake of keeping them with each month right now while I'm doing pigment information and kind of trying to remember what came where. I wanted to make sure I kept them in their spots. When I do eventually move them, I'll make sure everybody is labeled really good. Because like right now, I know this is lemon yellow, but I labeled this one 215. But I know that further on down the line, like these guys I just put in, I absolutely did not label them. They're not labeled. So they need to be labeled before I can move them around so that I don't lose track of who is what. So I'm going to clean this all up, and I'm going to go ahead and get out all my swatches, pigment information, and show you what I've learned about that. And then at the end, we're going to do a let's paint, and I'm just going to paint in my sketchbook with these paints, with these brushes, and have a good old time. All right, so when I decided to swatch these, I am putting my swatches in what I call my swatch book. I'm trying to find the front page to show you what I use. This is B Paper Company's Super Deluxe Mixed Media paper. I really like it for swatching. It is a really nice place to put swatches of things. So what I did for each of these is I went ahead and I pulled the wrapper off so that I would have the number and the color name. And then underneath here, it tells us a couple things for ASTM D4236. confirmation. It tells us the permanence, the light fastness, and it gives us a pigment index. So this one was PB29, which makes sense for ultramarine. However, as I went along, I was curious about some of these. So for example, Hooker's Green Light only has PY 139 listed. And I was like, wait a minute, that's a yellow pigment. And I know you can grind pigments to look differently, but it just didn't make sense to me. So I contacted Craftamo and they were like, sure, yeah, we only have the one pigment, I think it's probably the prominent pigment listed on the wrapper. So they sent me the information for the paints and the pigments. And so I was able to go ahead and add all of the pigment information to each of these paint pans. So originally, when I filmed this video, I said this was PR 122. It's actually PR 122 and PV 23. Same here, PR 101 and PY 42. So I'm just going to take a second and I'm going to go through all of this with my pigment information written on each one so that you can see the pigment information. I'm sure if you are interested in the sheet that Craftamo sent me, they will send it to you as well. When Emma is done with this whole box, I will post it underneath these videos. But for now, again, I asked and Craftamo was very willing to give it to me. It might even be on the website now. I'm not sure. But at the time that I originally filmed these, it was not. So here is the second set of 6. So this would be January, February, and March's boxes. Give you a second to make sure you can take a picture or screenshot it if you need. Okay. And then this is the April, May, and June boxes. So April and half of May. Here's May and half of May and June. I love that pale terracotta, by the way. What a pretty color. That aqua green is really neat. The green gold. We had some really pretty summer colors here. And then here is July and the beginning of August. And then the last color here we have, the last two, is light red and lamp black, which lamp black is PBK 6 and light red is PR 101. So we do have some single pigment paints in these sets. It also is important to note that even though it doesn't say it here, all of these are hues. So if it's Viridian, if it's alizarin crimson, if it is a cadmium or a cobalt or a cerulean, they're all hues. Some of them say it, some of them don't, but on the actual swatch that I have, or the information from Craftamo, it says hue on almost everyone. So you're getting a hue, you're not getting the dangerous pigments, which I know matters to a lot of you. So these are probably a lot more safe around pets and family than the other ones, than the non-hues would be, right? Than cobalts and cadmiums, etc. All right, so here is the actual swatch of all of the colors we have so far, all 32. I really love the colors. Look at this beautiful rainbow. We have a beautiful selection of neutrals, a beautiful selection of greens, a pretty rich selection of blues. I am expecting to see another like cobalt type blue and or another cool blue before this is all said and done. Or maybe like an indigo Payne's gray. We haven't seen that yet. And I know Emma loves that color, so I won't be surprised to see it coming up. And purple, we have a pretty nice selection of purples and pinks. I am expecting some richer reds and some oranges coming up. I mean, we've got boxes for September, October, and November coming up. So it's fall time, and I do expect that that's going to be upcoming. And then we've got some really nice yellows. The yellow selection is really nice. Maybe we'll get something like a buff titanium or a yellow ochre. I could see that. But I definitely think we'll probably get a couple more reds. We'll probably get a green at Christmas time of some kind, just because I'm assuming for the December box, we'll do something with some, piney, holly, berry. I don't know. That's my guess. Emma, I might be wrong, but that's my guess. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to round it out. I think right now it's really, really awesome and beautiful. We've got some beautiful granulating colors in here. I haven't really tested that too much, but if that's something you guys want, I will test it because that is not listed in any of the pigment information, but I know what pigments granulate, so I would be able to do that. If you are interested, let me know in the comments. All right, so at this point, what we are going to go ahead and do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to paint. I'm just going to go ahead and put on some music, and I'll probably speed this up a little bit, but I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to do some sketchbook playing with these wonderful paint colors, and I will see you at the end of the video. We'll see what I ended up painting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it there for today just because I want to get this video out for tomorrow. But I really like how this piece is kind of evolving, this little poppy field. I might put more poppies on here, and I might play with some Prismacolor pencils on top just to kind of clean those poppies up a little bit more. But I'm having a really fun time with this. This paint is awesome. It plays so nicely on, this is Balhong Academy watercolor paper. There's the pad. 100% cotton, one of my favorites. I love working on a watercolor block like this. Couple of quick things that I did here. I definitely was able to do beautiful wet on wet technique. Look at the granulation we're getting with that ultramarine blue and the Prussian blue as well, like both granulated beautifully in the sky. I even got a little bit of granulation with that green in the back. So just really cool textures. These brushes are so much fun. I'm having fun playing with and getting to know some of the different shapes here. I also did that big swatch piece where I was just playing around, and that really wasn't meant to be anything serious. And there were actual times there where stuff definitely got, you know, not beautiful looking, but that's the point when you're just kind of having a free swatch and play. And so I enjoyed filling up those pages of my sketchbook with all of these colors. And I am excited to finish out this EmJxCraftamo kit and have a full set of paints. And I really, really think this was a great value. So thank you, Emma LaFave. Thank you, Craftamo, for just a wonderful resource and source of art joy for me in 2023. Did you guys get this box? And if you didn't, what brushes are you most interested in? That's what I want you to answer in the comments below. Which brush that I showed you would you like me to do a play about with? Because I admit that I am avoiding some of them. So maybe you want to challenge me to try to up my game with one of those brushes. Let me know in the comments below. And that's going to be it for me today. I hope that this inspired you to get out a set of paints and paint something today. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.